Hello everyone, it's your boy RM. Welcome back to another video, and today I will be talking about what is a Mary Sue, and also talk about why Mary Sues are bad when it comes to any writing, movie, or film in general. Now, the first thing we need to do is, before we talk about a Mary Sue, we need to talk about a definition of a Mary Sue, and most importantly, the characteristics that make such a trope work. So, if we look at a basic, Google definition, which is by Oxford Languages, we can see that a Mary Sue is defined as a type of female character who is depicted as unrealistically lacking in flaws or weaknesses. Now, I can, first of all, from this definition, the reason why I want to point out is why it says a female is because typically a Mary Sue is a female, and it has to do with the fact that woke and activists like to use Mary Sues because typically the Mary Sues are perfect in every way. And now let's bring us to the characteristics, because Mary Sues are perfect in every way. And when it comes to their moral codes and everything, they're green, they are great, they are lawfully good when it comes to it. Now, what also makes them perfect is the fact that they have no inherent flaws. There's nothing when it comes to their morality that's slightly skewed. There is nothing when it comes to their physical strength that is weak. They are mentally prepared. They can pretty much be good in any situation that you throw at them. And that's the reason why I bring this up. Let's compare a hero and a Mary Sue. One thing I want to point out is a hero is usually depicted as someone with usually a green or a lawful type of morality, right? They usually have dignifying traits and characteristics that people like, a noble qualities, one would say. The fact that, hey, this person is noble, they have a cause, and they're fighting for what's right. I can believe with them. But the difference between the hero and the Mary Sue is the Mary Sue is overtuned. A hero has weaknesses, but the Mary Sue has no weaknesses because those weaknesses are negated because the Mary Sue is just awesome. And also, the other reason why I bring this up too is because I have a perfect example of this. We look at what the difference between the hero and a Mary Sue is Mulan. Now, when it comes to a hero, we look at the fact that Mulan from the animated series, the original movie, Mulan was a badass female character. But what made her realistic and a hero and beloved by many is the fact that she has a weakness. And she realizes this weakness. The fact that she realizes early on, after she leaves her home to take over her father's spot in the military, she realizes right away she is physically inferior to her male counterparts, right? Alright, makes sense, genetically speaking. Females tend to be weaker than males. Alright, fine, let's continue. She realizes since she is physically weaker than the males, she will have to make up for it in another way. So she uses one of her strengths, which is intelligence, because she is an intelligent woman, and in turn, she uses her intelligence to outsmart the enemy. She outwits the enemy, and what makes it really satisfying for her to win is because she leverages it and uses her brain in cunning ways to outsmart the villain. And that's why she's very satisfying, and that's what makes her a hero. She has a weakness, and she works around it. But if we look at the Mary Sue counterpart, which is the live-action Mulan. Mulan is born with a high level of chi, is what they put in the movie. She's basically able to do anything. She's pretty much mastered kung fu arts, it would appear, at a young age. And in any situation you throw at her, she completely destroys the enemy, because she's not only physically stronger than her enemy, but she's also mentally smarter than her enemy when it comes to intelligence. She beats the enemy in every single way, to the point where the enemy has no fighting chance to win. Which you can start to see the difference between the animated and live Mulan, the difference between a hero and a Mary Sue. The Mary Sue is overtuned. Regardless of the situation, the live-action Mulan would be able to escape any situation because she's just awesome. She's just perfect. She can do no wrong. However, if we put the animated Mulan in any situation, she might win some, depending on what scenario she's been given, or she might lose given the specific scenario that she's been given, because at the end of the day, she has weaknesses, and if a specific scenario she's in happens to counter her, she will lose. So that's the difference between a hero and a Mary Sue. I bring this up because Mary Sues are generally unsatisfying to watch. I bring this up because, as I mentioned earlier, the reason why in the animated Mulan she is fun to watch is because she outsmarts the enemy. She doesn't play the enemy's game, rather she plays on her own terms, and she works around the weaknesses. She circumnavigates it and defeats the enemy in a cunning and fun way that you wouldn't have expected. However, I say the live-action Mulan is not fun, because think of the following. She basically kicks her way all the way to the final boss. They toss and turn a little bit, they throw a few footsies before Mulan just finishes him. The final villain is dead. Mulan just defeated him without breaking a sweat. It's unsatisfying because she didn't have to work to it, there was no struggling, there was no figuring her weaknesses out, there was no training to negate the weakness or to try to compensate with another strength. Instead, she won because she's just awesome, and winning because you're just awesome can lead to very boring outcomes, as I just mentioned, and you can start to imagine why Mary Sues are not good when it comes to storytelling. If anything, I would argue you want to avoid Mary Sues at all costs. If you realize your hero or your protagonist is starting to become too strong, you need to weaken them. You need to down-tune them, or else your story might be ruined. However, guys, this leads me to the end of the video. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe, and comment down below, guys, if you agree with me. Maybe you think my take is bad. If so, please put your argument down in the comments. I would love to see it. Let's keep it civil, everyone. And as always, guys, stay awesome and be awesome.